Let me switch up the game. I drink that cognac. Step back cause I might put it on ya. I go deep, so deep till you sleep. Count sheep, wake you up.
Hey TomsTubers, thanks for joining us for another episode of TomsTube. Today we're looking at Game of Thrones Season 6 Episode 4 recap or review. Mostly a recap. I just finished watching it and seriously, they're going full pelt this season. They're not wasting any time. Well, they're wasting some time, but all the main storylines are moving along really fast paced. They're really trying to get a lot into this season because we are looking at the last final seasons coming up after Season 6, and they're gonna be short ones by the sounds of it too. So let's dive right into this episode. Episode 4. Ooh, spoiler alert! We start off with Jon and Sansa reuniting in a scene that made all Stark fans everywhere weep like babies. Little tidbit, this is the first scene that Jon and Sansa actually have shared together where they have dialogue together, ever, in the entire series so far. It was really special, really special. Brienne then casts a dark shadow over Stannis' final moments to Ser Davos and Melisandre, being very intimidating in the process. Littlefinger returns to the Vale with the intent to gather an army to help Sansa. Jorah and Daario finally hunt down Daenerys at Vaes Dothrak, but once reunited, the Mother of Dragons concocts a plan to win her freedom. Margaery gets a free pass from the High Sparrow to see her brother Loras, who seems to be faring worse than his sister. I get the feeling that Margaery is going to probably concede to some of the High Sparrow's plans, even if she doesn't believe in them, just in order to help her brother out. Cersei and Lady Olenna find common ground where the High Sparrow is concerned, and his plans for the Tyrell siblings are also concerned. Theon returns to Pike, pleading forgiveness and pledging support for his sister Yara. Ramsay sticks it to Osha in a bloody way before she does the same to him. Whilst back at Castle Black, Jon and Sansa receive a delightful text from Ramsay, prompting them into action to take back the North and rescue little brother Rickon. Finally, for tonight's closing scene, Daenerys, under the watchful eye of Jorah and Daario from afar, goes up against the Khal leaders to plead her case to be the leader of all of the Dothraki. When that fails, she says fuck it and burns them all to the ground, leaving the rest of the Dothraki to witness their true Khaleesi's rise from the ashes, in a scene that was spectacularly reminiscent of her final scene in Season 1, where she hatched her first 3 dragons. This episode was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying the more fast-paced tone to Game of Thrones. I know Dan and Dave, the creators and writers, were saying that there's definitely going to be a theme of rebirth this season, as you can already see that with Jon Snow coming back to life, and then with this final scene with Daenerys, you can see that, like a phoenix to the ashes, she rises again from the flames. So it's pretty magical just to see those themes come into play as well. Quotable quotes from tonight's episode. How long were you a slave? Long enough to know, not long enough to understand. Ooh. Could anyone else feel like you could cut the air with a knife between Missandei and Tyrion in this episode? She's clearly not on board to his negotiation tactics, and I wonder if that's actually going to come to a head in the next episode or two. Next quotable quote. Winterfell is mine, bastard. Come and see. I know we heard this quote from the teaser trailers they announced before Season 6 aired, but this is all leading up to a really special end of season event that I won't go too much into because of spoilers. Last quotable quote for tonight's episode. You are small men. None of you are fit to lead the Dothraki, but I am, so I will. Shout out to Daenerys for this episode. That scene was boss, girl. Talk about the unburnt. Hey, do you want to see the preview for next week's episode? Do you? You? Anyone? Anyone?
Sansa.
Did you know about Ramsay?
Does death only come for the wicked and leave the decent behind?
Who makes a claim?
I claim the Salt Throne.
Knowledge has made you powerful, but there's still so much you don't know.
Run, wake up!
Excellent. Exactly. Okay, so that's it for another Game of Thrones episode recap on TomsTubers. If you like the background theme for today's episode, check out BenDanProductions. The link will be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you soon again on TomsTube. Stay awesome and edit the folks.
Let me switch up the game. I drink that cognac. Step back cause I might put it on ya. I go deep.